Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you have not yet subscribed, please subscribe. Let's see what we'll learn in this video. Constitution of India and need of constitution in a country. In this video, we'll learn the introduction, the Constitution of India, importance of constitution in a country, and the overview of the presentation. Initially, let's see what is the meaning of constitution. A set of fundamental principles establishes the framework of government, defines the rights and responsibilities of citizens. It means a constitution is a collection of rules and principles which set out how a state will be governed. It forms the framework for all decisions made by every government official and particularly the legislature and the courts. Next, see how the constitution was built. Evaluation of the Indian constitution. Drafting process started in 1946. Constituent Assembly adopted in 26th November 1949 came into effect on 26th January 1950. To go deeply, the evaluation of the Indian constitution is like the Indian constitution is the longest written constitution in the world and underwent a number of changes in order to reflect the changing needs of the country. The first version was drafted in 1835 by William Bentinck, but it never came into force. The original Constitution of India was adopted on November 26 November 1949 and has been amended over 100 times. The Constitution of India is based on the British Westminster system and has three branches: the executive, judiciary, and the legislature. The president is the head of the state, while the prime minister is the head of the government. Now let's see the key features of Indian Constitution. Lengthiest written constitution in the world, federal system with unitary features, fundamental rights and directive principles. A constitution has a written laws accepted by people living together in a country. It generates trust and coordination between the government and the citizens. It specifies the type of government for a courtyard and how it should function. It lays down limits and the powers of the government. Next, see the need for the constitution in a country. Constitution provides a legal framework for governments, protects individual rights and freedom, establishes a system of checks and balances. In a democracy, it is the people who give the government this power. They do this through elections in which they vote for particular persons and elect them. Once elected, these persons from the government, in a democracy, the government has to explain its action and defend its decisions to the people. In next, let us see the guarantees fundamental rights. Right to equality, right to freedom of speech and expression, right to protection against discrimination. These fundamental rights which have been guaranteed is the equality among the people with no color discrimination, not in the religion, right to freedom of speech and expression. Speech and expression is an individual person can speak anything and that they can express their thoughts to anyone. And the third one is right to protection against discrimination. If anywhere they discriminate between religion or the colorism, they can protect protect against the discrimination. Next, see the establishes of a democratic system. Elections and representation, separation of powers, rule of law. How the democratic system has been established. In a democracy, it is the people who give the government this power. They do this through elections in which they vote for particular persons and elect them. Once elected, these persons from the government in a democracy, the government has to explain its action and defend its decision to the people. Let's see the directive principles of state policy. Promotes social justice, ensures equitable distribution of resources, encourage, encourages welfare programs. The main fundamental rights are right to equality, right to freedom, right against exploitation, right to freedom of religion, cultural and educational rights, right to property, right to constitutional remedies. Next, see how the Constitution has flexibility and adaptability, allows for amendments to meet changing needs, ensures the Constitution remains relevant, balances stability and the progress. If any changes have to be done in the Constitution by the people, they can change by the meeting, and ensures the constitution remains stable, where if any changes have been made there should be not conflicts between the citizens, so it should be maintained balances stability and progress. Let's see the conclusion. The Constitution of India is vital for a functioning democracy, provides a framework for governance and protection of rights, upholds the values and aspirations of the Indian people. Let's see the conclusion. The Constitution of India has several distinctive features. It is the lengthiest constitution in the world, and it is a combination of rigidity and flexibility. The Constitution provides for a quasi-federal. It means federal setup where, despite having two clear sets of government, central and the states, more powers are given to the central government, set up by the strong center. There is a clear division of powers between the center and the states. The Supreme Court of India is the apex court of India, which will resolve the disputes between the center and state between the states. India has a parliamentary democracy. The Council of Ministers, headed by the Prime Minister, enjoys the real powers and is responsible to the Parliament. The Indian Constitution provides for fundamental rights where are justiciable. 10 fundamental duties have been also added to the Constitution. The directive principles of state policies give a concentrated shape to the India. I hope you guys have got some information about the Constitution and importance of Constitution and why a country needs a Constitution. Please like, share and subscribe.